Good afternoon and welcome to today's news brief. I am back with Juan Caraza and Baja Amazing. He's going to tell us today about Sierra de la Laguna, which I don't know much, but I do know one thing. If you're in Baja, if you've spent any time in Baja and you haven't gone to Sierra de la Laguna at least once, bad for you. You owe it to yourself. So now we have the expert who's going to tell us how to do Sierra de la Laguna the right way.
Agree. Thank you, Claudia. And actually, I totally agree with you. I think if you come to Baja or to Cabo and you haven't been to Sierra de la Laguna, you're missing out. Definitely, you're missing out. I remember the first time I came to Cabo, one of the things that I really liked the most, it was the Sierra, the mountains, because you have Riviera Maya, which is amazing. It's an amazing place. You have a lot of archaeological sites, but you don't have mountains. But in Cabo, we have we're blessed that we have the Sierra and we have the Pacific Ocean and we have the Mar de Cortés. So we have like a jewel. It's a very, very special place. So today we're going to spend a little bit of time in Sierra de la Laguna. I think it's one of my favorite places in Baja. It was recognized as a biosphere reserve from UNESCO in 1994. So it's one of those very, very special places in the world. There's just a few places in the world which are UNESCO listed. So this is one of them. Wow. It has the highest peak in Bajacaliforniasur, which is the Picacho. Most people, and I was one of them, think that Picacho is the one that is very close to the airport.
Everybody thinks that. Yes, everybody thinks that.
That is not the highest peak in Bajacaliforniasur. The Picacho is closer to Todossantos. So when you're driving from Todossantos to La Paz, you can see it on the right side. So it's a very special place because you can live and you can experience something that normally you cannot experience in beach resorts or things like that. So it has amazing trekking, amazing mountain biking, but also it has a unique thing that it's waterfalls and rivers or arroyos, right now in this point in this season is the best this season to go because it's just after the rainy season. So October, November, December, and January is a very good season to go because it has a lot of water. So how do you get to Sierra de la Laguna? So you can get through the west side or through the east side. If you go through the west side, you need to go through Todos Santos. But I don't recommend to go through Todos Santos unless you're going to do the hiking to go all the way to the top to Picacho and then coming back on the east coast, because there's not a lot of waterfalls and arroyos and things like that on the west side. So if you really want to if you're committed and you want to have a nice experience of 2 days overnight camping on the top of La Sierra and going to the highest peak in Bajacaliforniasur, go through the west side in Todos Santos. You need to go to a ranch called La Burrera, and from La Burrera you start the trekking. It's a very tough trekking. I've done it.
It is.
It's very steep. Pretty much you climb like 1,800 meters like that in one day. So it is for those who are really fitted and they are into formal hiking. I really recommend that. Once you get to the top, the Picacho is like 2,090 meters, so it's very high because you are going from the sea level.
Sea level.
So if you really want to go to climb the Picacho, from Todos Santos is the easiest, not the easiest, but the shortest way. And now from the east part, you can go through 2 sides, Santiago and Miraflores. So Miraflores is first. If you're driving from Sanjosedelcabo, you cross Caduaño and then you get to Miraflores. And in Miraflores, I think the nicest place is Boca de la Sierra.
Right.
It is one of those amazing places with big boulders, granite, and waterfalls and
crystal clear waterfalls, which is something that's not very common. It's amazing. Amazing.
And it is very special. I think the first time that I was there, I was impressed. Honestly, impressed. I was like those
Yes.
moments that you say, like, really in the middle of the desert.
Mm.
And actually, Sierra de la Laguna, on top of Sierra de la Laguna, it's called Sierra de la Laguna because it used to have a lagoon on top.
Right.
But because all the mining and agriculture, it's just faded.
Dried out.
Yes, dried out. So almost all the water that we have in Cabo and most of this side of the state comes from Sierra de la Laguna. So it is very, very special and very important. Actually, there is a gold mine in Sierra de la Laguna that a lot of people are protecting that the gold mine doesn't get exploited because it's going to affect the environment. So it is a very special place.
It is.
So Miraflores, Boca de la Sierra, it's a very nice place. It's the closest one. And then if you want to go a little bit further, you go to Santiago. Santiago is an oasis. You know, it is a true oasis. I think it's one of the most fertile grounds in Baja with Todossantos and Mulegé. And in Santiago, you can go to Cañón de la Zorra or Sol de Mayo. Those are amazing places. Of course, if you really want to have a nice experience, I would recommend if you are on weekdays, go on a weekday. Because it's so popular that if you go on Sunday or Saturday, it's crowded. Well, it's crowded Baja way, you know, like crowded in Baja, it's not that crowded, but it's. So if you really want to experience that place for like yourself, if you go in during the weekdays, you're going to have a very special experience. And also there are hot springs in Sierra de la Laguna, which is Rancho Santa Rita.
Yeah.
Rancho Santa Rita, it's a very nice place. You park your car in a rancheria pretty much, and you just walk down, I don't know, 100 meters, and you get to a point where you have the same like water holes and things like that, but you also have hot springs, which is really nice in this time of the year, which is kind of cold. So I think if you have time, I think it's a very good day trip from Cabo. From sanjosedelcabo is like 50 k's. From cabosanlucas would be like 85 k's. So it's a very short day trip, and it's totally worth it. Totally worth it, 100%. And it's one of those places that not a lot of people go, but I strongly recommend you to have a look. And it's a very simple, easy trip. You don't need 4x4. Normally, a lot of places in Baja, the nicest places, you need to have a 4x4, but in this, you don't. It's very easy to access. So if you're in Cabo, if you have one spare day, instead of spending your day on the beach having a piña colada, stretch a little bit your spirit and go to Sierra de la Laguna. I strongly recommend it, and I think it's one of the nicest places in Baja. It's a UNESCO listed biosphere reserve, which is not a lot of places have that distinction. And pretty much that's it.
It's a wonderful place. You really owe it to yourself to visit Sierra de la Laguna. Like you say, Juan, there's one side that really you have to be fit, but the other is very easy to access, very family friendly. So don't miss it. Check out our Facebook page, cabomilnews. We'll have some information there as to where these rancherias are, the small ranches where you can park and access these beautiful places. Juan, thank you so much. Remember to join us next week, where we will be back with more Baja Amazing. And until then, have a great evening and a great rest of your week.
Thank you, Claudia. Thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy Baja, and remember to leave the place better than you found it. It's very important to take care of this amazing place.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.